A drone blew a hole through the US embassy wall in Riyadh. A second flew through the opening and detonated inside. That kind of precision doesn't happen by accident. US intelligence is now asking, did Russia help Iran find the CIA station inside that embassy? The answer could redefine what this war actually is, and who's really fighting it. What if Iran wasn't acting alone? A series of precision drone strikes on secret CIA facilities in the Middle East has triggered an urgent investigation inside the United States. Intelligence analysts are now examining whether Russia may have quietly helped Iran target some of America's most sensitive intelligence sites. No conclusions have been reached yet, but the possibility has raised fresh concerns about how far Moscow may be willing to go in confronting Washington. US intelligence officials are investigating whether Russia provided targeting information or advanced drone technology that helped Iran carry out recent attacks on CIA facilities across the Gulf. Reuters reported citing 4 people familiar with the intelligence assessment that analysts are examining whether Russian assistance contributed to the accuracy and effectiveness of the Iranian strikes. While officials have not reached a final conclusion, they believe the precision of the attacks and Russia's long-standing military support for Iran warrant closer scrutiny. At least 2 CIA facilities were reportedly struck in March. One of them was the CIA station housed inside the US Embassy in Saudi Arabia's capital city of Riyadh, while another was located in eastern Iraq. Some sources said additional CIA sites were also hit, although they declined to reveal their locations. One internal assessment prepared by a Western intelligence agency reportedly concluded that Russia likely played a role in helping target regional CIA facilities. 2 Western officials briefed on the intelligence said,
"Analysts thought the Saudi attack involved a pair of Russian-enhanced versions of Iran's Shahed drones. One of the aircraft blew a hole through a vulnerable part of the embassy's exterior, and the second flew through the opening and detonated. No deaths or injuries were reported."
Officials also believe Russia has helped Iran significantly improve the capabilities of its Shahed drones. According to one source, Moscow supplied Tehran with the Kometa-M satellite navigation system, which experts say is considerably more accurate and harder to jam than Iran's existing navigation technology. US intelligence is also examining whether Iran relied on Russian targeting data to identify the CIA station inside the embassy. However, analysts caution that it remains possible Iran was aiming at the embassy itself and struck the CIA facility by chance. The White House referred questions to the CIA, which declined to comment. Iran's mission to the United Nations, Russia's defense ministry, and the Saudi government too have not responded to the development. Former CIA station chief Daniel Hoffman said it would not be surprising if Russia had assisted Iran.
"It would not be surprising for Moscow to help Tehran target CIA facilities given their close strategic partnership. They share an interest in trying to reduce or eliminate US influence altogether in their self-designated spheres of influence."
As investigators continue searching for answers, one question remains unresolved. Was this simply an Iranian drone strike, or evidence of a far deeper level of Russian involvement in the shadow war against the United States? The Middle East conflict is rapidly expanding beyond the battlefield and into the world's most vital maritime trade routes. With Iran claiming to have effectively closed the Strait of Hormuz, the United States has now launched its 11th consecutive night of strikes on Iran. US Central Command said the wave of strikes was designed to continue degrading Iran's ability to threaten commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz.
CENTCOM assets targeted Iranian military operations centers, maritime capabilities, aircraft hangars, drone storage facilities, and military logistics infrastructure to further degrade Iran's ability to threaten commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz.
Iranian state media reported that air defenses were activated over Tehran, while explosions were also reported in Tabriz, Chabahar, Konarak, and Bushehr, home to Iran's only operational nuclear power plant. But even as Washington continued its military campaign, President Donald Trump signaled that the conflict could widen further by threatening to strike Pickaxe Mountain, a heavily fortified underground nuclear site near Natanz.
This one, Iran is bigger. It's a more complex situation, but we're probably doing equally as well if you look at the damage that's been done. And again, as I said to the young man that just posed the question over here, if we left today, it would take them decades to rebuild, and I don't believe they could ever rebuild. And honestly, they haven't seen anything yet. We've been nice. We've been nice.
Do you believe that Iran has moved nuclear centrifuges into Pickaxe Mountain? And when you say we're not done yet, what is left to finish?
Well, I think that they may have. We don't have it on record. All we do is read the fake news. You know, we see the news is so wrong so many times. So, you know, maybe this one they have right, but it's okay. It doesn't mean anything unless they have the material. You're talking about the centrifuges. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything unless they have the material. They don't have. We follow the material. That's where the action is, and we'll be hitting that area probably pretty soon. And there's not a thing they can do about it. You know, normally I wouldn't say that. If I thought they could do something about it, I would never say that. But we'll be hitting that area pretty soon, and very heavily.
Iran responded with a warning carried by state broadcaster IRIB, saying any strike on its nuclear facilities would dramatically escalate the conflict.
We would consider such an attack as an expansion of war in the region. We will strike on all the interests of America, the allies and supporters.
Meanwhile, U.S. senators pressed Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff General Dan Kane on the U.S. war on Iran. Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana demanded straight answers when he asked Hegseth about the U.S. military's capability to strike whatever is underneath Pickaxe Mountain.
President Trump's been willing to go after him.
We need straight answers. Do we have the ability to destroy whatever is underneath Pickaxe Mountain?
Senator, a lot of our capabilities are classified, but if anybody in the world can reach anything on God's green earth, it's the United States military, the most powerful military in the world. It's all about options and trade-offs.
The military escalation comes as Iran's regional ally, the Houthi rebels, has opened pressure on another strategic maritime choke point. After announcing a blockade on Saudi-linked shipping through the Bab al-Mandeb Strait, the Houthis have threatened Saudi Arabia's main alternative oil export route at a time when the Strait of Hormuz remains under Iranian pressure. Trump, meanwhile, also threatened to take care of the Houthi rebels if the Iran-backed militant group in Yemen followed through on its threatened blockade of Saudi ports.
What is your level of concern of a blockade of the Red Sea by the Houthi rebels, opening up another front in the war?
We'll see what happens. So far, it hasn't happened. It might happen. But we take care of things. If something like that happens, we take care of it. You know, we've done that with the Houthis before, and we haven't heard from them in a while since we did what we did originally. That was about 45 days of very powerful action we took against the Houthis. And we've had no problem with the Houthis. They've had no problem with us for a long period of time, including during this conflict. I think that if there is something like that, we'll just have to take care of business.
The Red Sea has become crucial for oil shipments from Saudi Arabia during the US-Israeli war with Iran, which has led to the effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz. The call may be coming.